Okay, boys and girls, this week we are working on researching nonfiction. And so for our topic, we have chosen red pandas. Now, you may have chosen a different topic if you have some books at home or on the computer, and that's fine, but I'm going to be using the red pandas text that we have online. So before we get started, I want to talk to you about an important note-taking technique that good writers use for researching. It's called paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is a big, long word, and basically it just means putting it in your own words. So when you put something in your own words, you know for sure that you understand it because you're able to say it in some different words. So when you want to paraphrase, the first step you have to do is read a little bit. Now make sure you read a little bit. You can't read the whole book and then paraphrase. So it might be a sentence or a few sentences, like a paragraph, but you're going to read just a little bit before you do the next step. And that step is to think about what you learned. So you need to think, what did I just read? And what did I get from it? Step 3 is to think, how would you say it? How would you put this into your own words? And then step 4 is to write it in your own words. So let's go back to our Red Panda page that we have. You can get on in the take-home packets or on the district website. And let's look at this page that has the subtitle, Guess Who? It says, it's the size of a cat, but it's not that. It has ears like a bear, but it's much more rare. It's out with the moon, but it's not a raccoon. Do you need another clue, or can you guess who? It's a red panda. So going back to my paraphrasing list, when I want to put it in my own words, I should read a little bit, which I just did. Now I want to stop and think about what I learned. Well, I learned that it's the size of a cat and it has ears like a bear. This third little group of sentences was a little confusing for me at first. It said it's out with the moon, but it's not a raccoon. And I feel like that maybe that means that the animal is out when the moon is out, or it's active at night. And another word for that is nocturnal. So I'm thinking that it means that they're nocturnal. And it's a red panda. So now I'm thinking about what I learned, and now I want to think about how I would say it, what words I would use to share what I learned. So I'm going to go ahead and write down that red pandas are the size of a cat, have ears like a bear, and are awake at night. Could also write that they're nocturnal. So write it in your own words is the next step, and I'm going to go ahead and share with you what I wrote. Red pandas are the size of a cat, have ears like a bear, and are awake at night. Do you notice how I shared the same information, but I put it in different words? I put it in my own words, and I made it a little bit shorter because theirs was kind of long. I wanted to make it a little bit shorter. That's what paraphrasing is, making it shorter and putting it in your own words so you can share what you learned. I'm going to challenge you, boys and girls, to go to the next page and the next page and read some more about red pandas. And I want you to take notes, but when you take notes, remember, don't write the exact words. Don't copy down, many people know about giant pandas. Go put that in your own words. Go paraphrase it. Put it in your own words. Remember the steps? Read a little bit. Think about what you learned. Think, how would you say it? And step 4, write it in your own words. That way you can prove that you understood and you learned something. Good luck, boys and girls, on taking notes in your research and paraphrasing.